Hello my friends, welcome to what is potentially the last video, probably not, but I will explain my reasoning actually. I'm stopping for a very particular reason. So last episode, one of my ships ran out of fuel and there was no way to rescue it. Well, this is an issue that has been brought up by quite a lot of people for a long time. And this is an early access game, to be fair, or at the time I was playing this, this game was in early access, and I'm sure it will be for a long time to come. So, you know, there is a level of, you know, having to forgive the flaws, if you will, when the game is early access. Anyway, as of the time of me playing, the game version is 3.76, and apparently there is a major patch coming soon, 3.77. Expansive patch, and that patch will add refueling, ship-to-ship refueling to the game. So basically, if you have ships that have the same fuel, correct fuel, you can merge them together into a fleet and equalize the fuel. So I now have to wait for that patch to carry on playing. It's basically that simple. Because I need to go and rescue my ship, which is just sat there. So I just need to refuel my ships and go and rescue it. And then once my army is repaired, I should go and kick the aliens out of Algiers. And then I should potentially consider going over here and liberating Australia. It looks like the aliens don't repair. Or if they repair uber slowly. I can't remember if this was 16% or 14%. Either the aliens don't repair or they repair very slowly. So anyway, once the US Army is fully repaired and in position, I could just lead an invasion of Australia. I have 10 peer level armies that I could basically send over. I don't think that the ground combat is particularly amazing or anything, but anyway, 10 peer level armies should be able to get over there and shut this down, especially if the enemy armies remain as badly damaged as they are. And of course, if I liberate Australia, it will immediately belong to me, so then I can repair in the tile. There is a just on a note here, there is a technology which I marked for getting at some point. This this one that increases the army repair rate as well. But anyway, I don't have to go after the aliens in Australia. I could just leave them there, as I have done many times in the past. I could just liberate Algiers and go back to the status quo of them lurking in Australia and me having the rest of the world. I've only got one army to replace and one navy to replace. And I could always gear. I could always gear the U.S. economy to that task. I spent a lot of time here just advising as well, so I should probably go to ground just to shake any intelligence efforts. But anyway, the point is that the alien landing basically did nothing to me. The asset stripping that I'm doing in China would probably more than sufficiently pay for any losses that I've taken. And it doesn't seem like the aliens' mil tech is going up. So essentially they're I mean, we have seen it go up from 7 to 7.1, but the bottom line is that their mill tech is going up very slowly compared to me. So the potential for them to do anything is pretty low. Someone's agitating the EU again as well. So anyway, I need to wait for this patch. But to be honest, the game is actually won at this point. You know, it's inevitable. Slowly but surely my economy is expanding. I'll have another Mars base soon. Technology is getting better all the time. I'm in the process of, and you know, once I've got the ability to refuel my ships, I'm in the process of cleaning away all the enemy ships that are lurking around Mars. And once I've cleared those away, then it's just a matter of expanding my position on Mars. Obviously, I've got that position on Mercury as well, but the amount of metal required to do anything there is immense. So it will be a long time before I improve the situation there. The bottom line is, I know exactly what I need to do, and I don't see any impediment to me doing it. If anything, I'm continuing to get more and more powerful than the aliens. But it's just going to take ages. It's just going to take forever. It's just so long. And they say that this is the team that, you know, made Long War for XCOM. And it's the same thing. There is a great game here, but everything takes so long. And I guess it has to be stretched out like this, because otherwise the aliens would get so far ahead in space that you could never get to space. The two interfaces are not really linked that well. Like, once you get ships that have acceleration of, you know, 1.8 or whatever, you should be able to build fleets on Earth. Right? The aliens should be on a clock to take Earth. And if they don't take Earth in time, they're screwed. Because if you look at my ships, let's go ship design, or I can't pull them up in ship design. So if you look at one of my modern ships, like my Dreadnought, for example, it's got a combat acceleration of 1.5 G, and the reactor is fusion. Actually, I think it's nuclear. It's actually fission. Okay. It's got a nuclear engine, and it's got a 1.5 G acceleration. Well, gravity is 1 G, not to point out the obvious. So in theory, you should be able to build these ships on Earth and launch them from Earth. But there's no concept of an Earth-based space dock either. You can't put a huge fleet together on Earth and then launch it into space. You know, I imagine the idea of, so boost is the resource of, you know, of Earth. Why not be able to build, you know, why can't you build ships on Earth at a boost discount? So all the resources to build the ship would cost boost, except maybe exotics. Exotics would cost exotics. But all the resources would be at a great discount. So, for example, if the ship costs 1,600 space metal, it might cost, 160 boost on Earth, or something along those lines, or even like 16 boost. Some material, many materials would be incredibly cheap to get on Earth, like water, combustibles, and metal. Maybe rare metals would have more of an expense. But the point is, or my point is, if the aliens don't fight hard enough to win Earth, or becomes placed in an intolerable position on Earth, or you just clear them off Earth, or whatever, or you just control all the major nations, like, you've got major control of the planet, you should be able to just start building ships on Earth and launch them into space to actually take the fight to space without having to actually take over the whole... Because the point is, or the point I'm trying to get to is, if you have full control of... If you have enough control of space to make building up your fleet fast and easy, then you've already won. And that's the position I'm in right now. Is I'm in a position where the aliens cannot win. And that their situation is not getting any better. They can't win because they can't take Earth. They can't take Earth because my Miltech is too high, and it's only getting higher. It took 15 armies to kill 2 of mine. And that situation will only get worse with them over time. And if I was really aggressive about it, if I redirected my research into control points, there's even more of the planet that I could take. I believe it's possible, for example, to take the whole of China and India and all of this region and unify it into one country. And I've heard it's also possible to take the whole of South Africa and unify it into a single country. And then what are the aliens going to do? Or what are the aliens going to do when you build space, when you kick them off Earth and you build space defenses on every tile on Earth? Because every nation wants space defenses, so they will build them eventually. So anyway, I don't know how entertaining it truly is, both for me and for you guys, to watch someone play a one game for another 100 episodes because we're waiting for resources, we're waiting for combustibles, we're waiting for metals, we're wait. That's what we're doing. Because this fleet that I have surrounding Mars is already very dangerous to the aliens, because the armor is thick enough to stop most of their weapons, and it's got enough Delta V to engage alien fleets that are lurking around the planet. So me clearing Mars is inevitable. Obviously I gotta wait for the patch so I can share fuel with my ship and get my ship back. But I mean, many of these fleets are in terrible condition anyway, because they've been attacking bases that they shouldn't have been. The servants have got a fair few ships, but they're all just small. They're all just small little garbage ships that are not in any way a threat. So it's inevitable that Mars is going to get cleaned. And then when Mars is cleaned, I could like bring a counselor here and start trying to take the bases. Or I could just negotiate with Humanity First to, because they've got a few bases on Mars. I could just negotiate with Humanity First to get more of their bases. I've already got 5 positions on Mars. So I can obviously expand and defend those positions. But it's the thought of how long that's going to take that is hurting my brain. How long it's going to take to build, build the necessary defenses, build the bases. Every base is going to take like half a year to build. The base that I'm currently building, I'm having to do this technique where I've sent the actual habitat itself from Earth, so that everything will be built simultaneously to prevent the aliens from coming and destroying it before it gets up. Yeah, I mean, the amount of resources that I gained from destroying a large chunk of that alien fleet was also, pretty sad. The aliens rely on missiles pretty strongly, which are very easily shot down. And lastly, I guess I wanted to say that the real elephant in the room is the slowdown bug that seems to be in this game, which is probably just that there's more and more ships in space and there's just more and more going on. There's more buildings and all the buildings have got 3D models and everything. So it's not even smooth to play anymore, it's just getting more and more and more laggy as we go along. So, I don't know. Anyway, either way, I can't play anymore until the patch. It'll be interesting to go over the patch notes and see what has changed or what will change. And there's some murmuring on the cards that the patch, which might even be out by the time you're watching this, that it will kill save games. So, I will literally be... I may even potentially lose the ability to play this game. And yet, I also need to stop because I need that feature. I need that feature of being able to refuel my ships. So, anyway. That is it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed the campaign. It's very, it's very winnable from this point. Even though I had no idea what I was doing. I don't think the game is particularly hard. Just take over Earth and then go from there. Now that I understand the game, there are a lot of things I would do differently, and certainly a lot more aggressively, to get a better position faster. And to get more resources quicker, to establish a space economy faster, just to speed the game up. Really, you don't have to establish a huge space economy early, but it does speed the game up quite a bit when you get to this point. And that's it for now. So yeah, I'm stuck anyway because I need the refueling feature. But to be honest with you, we're very close to the 100 episodes that I would have given the game anyway. And yeah, I don't know if anyone would truly be interested in another 100 episodes of me just finishing out the game. It might not even be 100 episodes, to be honest. I mean, the tech tree is nearly completed. Right? So My understanding is that antimatter propulsion and plasma weapons are the peak of human capability. And once you've got those, you're pretty much ready to just wipe the aliens out. And there's not really far to go until those technologies are either available or being researched. I mean, there's only what, 11 technologies left in the game that are not finished? That one's basically finished, so let's just call that finished. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 technologies left. 18, sorry. So a little bit more than I thought. Let's recount. 1, 2. Wait, that's basically done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11 technologies basically to have most of the endgame stuff unlocked. And then 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah, 18 total. So, maybe, providing that the game doesn't, you know, lag to oblivion, another 2 or 3 years in game time, and all the research will be done. Because I mean, my annual income alone, without bonuses, is 74.3k. So my annual income alone would be enough. Global empire can unify all the countries together in one giant blob. That would be amazing. Wow, that just, I didn't even realize you could do that. That probably just seals the win even harder if I start unifying the entire world. Yeah. So anyway, I gotta wait for the patch. Maybe the patch breaks my save game. That's the bottom line. But to be honest, while the game has great potential, I feel like it's fantastically repetitive, and I hope you agree. It's fantastically repetitive. It's easy to get into a one position, and then you're waiting to win, if you know what I mean. Which is not great. I mean, it happens in a lot of games. Don't get me wrong, it happens in XCOM, it happens in Phoenix Point. Phoenix Point especially is a good example. You can work yourself into a position where you've basically won, and you're just getting stuff out the way to get to the victory screen. But in this game, it just feels like that process has been dragged out really painfully. But anyway, I'd love to hear all your thoughts in the comments. Once the patch drops, I will assess the game to see if I can see if my save game still works. And if my save game still works, I can refuel my ship, reclaim it. And then carry on wiping out the aliens around Mars. Seems like a reasonable thing to do. And who knows, maybe push towards global empire. Maybe that's the way forward. That would make life easier for me. The only issue is, the more of a single country the world becomes, the more annoying it is when the enemy factions are all over you. trying to gain control of your country or destabilize it. It would be nice if you could actually just build a, I guess towards the end, an actual, you know, resistance global empire the same way that the Alien administration does. I.e., it's yours and it's untouchable. Although Alien administration countries are not completely untouchable, apparently you can you can destabilize them. Has this space defenses got destroyed? No. I don't get it. Why are they building space defenses? Oh, maybe they're gonna... Because the Alien administration is like one giant cohesive blob. It's gonna deploy space defenses here. But yeah, it'd be nice if you could do that, and then you wouldn't have to worry about councillors constantly on your case, but I suppose that would undermine the game. But then again, if the other factions let you get in that position, then that's their fault, isn't it? I mean, at the end of the day, the other factions could make their own blob and have their own armies and even go to war with you. I don't like the idea that you could build this huge global empire with a massive military and all the rest of it, and enemy councillors can just continue to inflict improbable damage to it simply because they're councillors. But hey, I guess that's part of the game too. Anyway, I've blabbed enough. I hope you guys enjoyed the campaign. I hope my save game actually survives the patch. As for pushing towards a winning, you know, a win condition, I'm not 100% sure how we get, you know, well, I'm 100% sure how we get there. I'm not 100% sure that anyone would truly enjoy another 100 episodes of just waiting for stuff to build and waiting for resources to come in. But I could be wrong. I'd be interested to hear your thoughts. But that is it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next campaign. Or back in this one.